Welcome everyone to the performance of Little Women the Musical, directed by Alice Cash, assistant directed by Shay Kushner, and musically directed by Joe Burke. It's astonishing we even made it here. After 6 months of rehearsals, readjusting with our trusty tech team, and hoping this day would come, we have finally made it. And as Joe would say, when have we let anything defeat us? We are delighted to have you all here today, and we hope you enjoy the performance.
Miss March, another letter has arrived for you. Miss March?
Thank you, Professor. Christopher Columbus, another publisher, another rejection.
I have no idea. I don't read your letters, but they keep arriving and I keep bringing them to you.
I keep hoping.
We all keep hoping for your success, Miss March. The entire boarding house keeps hoping. You have us all on edge.
My dear Miss March, I read your story. Well, he's read it. Unfortunately, I found your tale tasteless and vulgar, not at all suitable for my readers. My advice to you...
My advice to you is to return home and have babies. This is what women are made for. Sincerely, F. Putnam.
22.
22?
22 rejections since I've been in New York, and they all say the same thing. Go home, give up.
F. Putnam is an idiot. His words are stupid.
F. Putnam is one of the most powerful publishers in this city.
You cannot lose faith, Miss March. There will be someone who will like your story. I'm certain of it.
Professor Bear, is it possible I could read my story to you? I would so respect your opinion.
Why, yes, of course.
Actually, it's one of my best. It's a mean and stormy night. The moors are bleak and bloody. Thunder claps, lightning strikes. The fair Clarissa, her clothes in disarray, races across the wild coastal heath. Now she stops. Now she runs. Will she escape? Will she be caught? With bold determination, the villainous aristocrat Braxton Prendergast lurches for her. There's no escape. She's but a child, and yet she turns to fight with eyes ablaze. This noble girl meets his gaze unafraid. She will not be defiled. Keep away from me, you wretch!
I cannot keep away. Your beauty draws me. Your passion ignites me. I've got to hold you.
I defy you.
Got to have you.
Be by you.
Come close.
Don't come too close.
Come close.
Don't come too close.
So close, so close to me. I'll have her and the mother too.
And at that moment, Rodrigo appears in magnificent splendor.
Pardon me. Tell me, what is it that you're writing here?
Blood and gut stuff. It's all the rage. Magazines and periodicals are full of it.
Violence and seduction on every page?
Read Shakespeare. Read history. Read the newspapers.
It's getting late. Perhaps it's best we pursue this some other time.
No. I want to know what you think, Professor.
Blood and guts stuff? What you think the world wants to hear? If I've noticed nothing else about you, Miss March, I've noticed that you're unique. Something you should try not to forget. I think you could do better.
Each phrase is better, better than him, better. Even my smallest whim is better. How can he miss what's so clear? How can I do better than what's already here? How can what he said to me be true if I don't succeed? What will I do? Turn around, go back to Concord, leave New York behind unconquered? No, how dare he make me doubt the way I feel, doubt that each thrilling page is who I am. These words alive with passion, vivid, attic, where it all began. Joe, the girls at school were horrible to me. Charlotte mentions that my dress is ragged and my nose is flat. Joe, I hate being a governess. I should be out meeting eligible young men. It's going to be a dismal Christmas. Put with father away and no money for presents.
Hey, Amy.
Or was I better when I was home? Listen, everyone, I have arisen to the occasion this year and written us an operatic tragedy.
And we're going to perform it for Christmas?
No, I can't! Not with my flat nose. Joe, do you really think we should? What with this awful war? When have we ever let anything defeat us? Years from now, people will talk about us. One Christmas Eve, 4 penniless and ragged sisters put on an operatic tragedy for all of Concord.
Oh, no.
Filled with blood and guts. 2 massacres, a masked ball, and several heart-wrenching scenes. Dim the lights, the crowd will hush. We'll start the overture, Beth will surely blush. And when Clarissa starts to plead, Christmas will exceed our finest dreams.
Joe, will I die again in this one?
Yes, Maggie will die like none before. The world will shudder when your body hits the floor. For when Rodrigo makes you bleed, Christmas will exceed our finest dreams. Now Amy as Clarissa, only passion is permissible. This tragedy depends upon the fire in your eyes. And Beth, when you're the mother, you'll be noble, you'll be pure, all hearts will melt the moment mother cries. Let us begin!
Mother, dear mother, do not cry.
No. Expression, Amy. From the heart. Mother, oh no, dear mother, do not cry. Mother, oh no, dear mother. No, God, don't! I am teased and ridiculed at school, and all that concerns you is your silly little tragedy. I know you're tired. I know it's hard. But we will triumph when Rodrigo yells on guard.
Touché!
Success is guaranteed. Christmas will be thrilling. Christmas will be gory. Christmas will exceed our finest dreams. Joe, I've made an important decision today. As you all know, I've been writing stories forever, with much satisfaction. And people seem to like what I write.
We love it, Joe.
Absolutely! So, I've decided I'm going to become a world-renowned writer. I shall write great books and earn barrels of money, and I'll give you all everything you've ever dreamed of.
Joe can do anything.
But we have to promise to remain just as we are, solid, like a fortress. We must promise that no matter whatever happens, it will always be the 4 March sisters forever. Forever! Come, let's rehearse.
Mother,
Dear mother has made no one. I've got my boots and hats, my mustache will make their spirits soar. I'm making my entrance now. So it's really, I'll show them all I know that you see. Our finest dreams. When I see a soul proud, so that I am somehow pleased. My dearest Mama, there will be Christmas after all. Christmas will exceed our finest dreams. Christopher Columbus, I am bursting with energy. Someone give me a task to do.
I want you to bring Father home.
I shall write President Lincoln tonight. Another!
I want you to get Moffat to invite me for Valentine's Day ball.
I'll wring her bloody little neck if she doesn't. Another!
I want you to get us a Christmas tree.
Rodrigo will go chop one down immediately.
From where?
There, across the road.
But that's on Mr. Lawrence's property. You'll go to prison for it.
Prison? What care I for prison?
Who's this criminal sister?
Marmy!
What's happening here?
She's written an operatic tragedy, and she's inviting all of Concord to come see us perform it.
And I'm the mother in it.
And I die in it. Beautiful death. And I play Clarissa, who's very sweet.
It sounds wonderful.
Tell us about your day, Marmy.
Well, we knitted socks and blankets for the Soldiers' Aid Society, and a letter came from Father.
A letter from Father? To us, Marmy.
Where's Joe?
She's outside. Rodrigo has returned!
Joe!
Marmy!
Where did you get that tree?
I borrowed it from Mr. Lawrence.
Joe, you didn't.
I took it for us, Marmy.
And you'll take it back immediately.
Take it back? That's like bringing back a chicken after you've chopped off its head.
Do let us keep it, Marmy.
It's Christmas, Marmy.
No, destroying someone else's property. Well, we could give it to the Hummels. They have so little. Good. We'll give it to the Hummels then. Now what about Mr. Lawrence?
What about him?
Mr. Lawrence.
Yes, Mr. Lawrence. You!
Me?
You chopped down my perfect Douglas fir. I should have you arrested.
I'll make it up to you,
With
sir.
what?
I'll plant 6 more.
12
And I'll chop your firewood for a few days.
weeks, and I hope such an incident never happens again. You ruined my day.
He loves his trees. I'm Theodore Lawrence III, but everyone calls me Laurie. I've come to live here in Concord. I play the piccolo, I can sleep standing up, and I won a medal at school for holding my breath nearly 3 minutes. I thought it was terrifically daring of you chopping down grandfather's tree. Well, goodbye.
Theodore Lawrence III, would you mind delivering the tree to the Hummels?
Joe!
I don't mind at all.
He doesn't mind.
Just point me in the direction.
They live half a mile down the road, the red house with the broken shingles.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Letters come from Father. Christopher Columbus!
You'll read the letter, Marmy? My dear wife, the war goes on and on. The end seems nowhere in sight. The days are difficult and long, but I am well. He's well. Still, it's very lonely away from my dear ones, especially lonely as Christmas is approaching. Each night in my tent, I think of my precious girls.
He thinks of us.
Give them all my love, and give them a sweet kiss. Tell them to be good girls, faithful and hardworking, and to conquer that which is disagreeable in them, so that when I return, I'll be fonder and prouder than ever of my little women. Why are we all looking so glum? Do we have an operatic tragedy to perform or not? Josephine! Josephine, is that you? Josephine?
Good morning, Aunt March.
Do you know the hour?
Almost 10, I believe.
Your workday begins with me at 9. You've missed reading to me, and you still haven't repaired the latch on the cellar door.
Finding you this beautiful flower.
Don't trifle with me, Josephine. You were dawdling.
I wasn't dawdling. I was writing a story.
Josephine, listen to me. You are on the verge of womanhood.
Christopher Columbus.
And just look at you. You go about writing senseless stories, constantly trying to save the world, and you can't save yourself.
I don't need saving.
There are many pitfalls a girl can fall into, and Josephine, you are heading towards all of them. I want to see you shine. Even if you're not rich, you can at least marry.
I'll never marry.
You'll marry. All girls marry.
I'm not all girls.
With a good marriage, you can have power. You can take your place in society.
I don't give 2 figs about society.
Well, then, there's no point in our having this conversation. It's clear to me that I could never take you to Europe.
Take me to Europe.
It was an idle thought of mine.
Do you know how important it is for a writer to travel? It's a dream, Aunt March.
We earn our dreams in this world. It's foolish of me to think you could ever change your ways.
I could try.
You could never bend your will. You could never follow through. You could never bite your tongue, though your tongue may split in two. If you want to live your dreams, these are things you have to do. How could you change? You can't, not you.
I could, if I wanted to.
Could you practice self-control? Could you possibly be shy? Could you wear a corset tight in the heat of mid-July? These are rules you must obey, every one which you defy. You'll never change. You won't, that's why. Yet somewhere deep within my heart I do believe you could captivate the world. If you could change, there is so much you could achieve. In time, you could succeed and travel very far indeed. You could be beguiling,
Charming,
someone well-mannered, a model of grace. Learn the art of smiling.
could be hard.
It isn't very hard for someone full of dreams like you. If you work, you'll find there's nothing you can do.
If I change, we'll go to path.
Change completely or don't waste my time.
If I change, we'll stop in Antwerp.
Gracious living will make you sublime.
If I change, you'll take me to Zurich.
Every city from Dublin to Bonn.
Surely, with your guidance, I could learn to keep feminine wiles with Elon. I could be beguiling. I could learn to charm a donkey for a chance to see the world. Learn the art of smiling. I could button up my mind and keep my thoughts perfumed and curled. Yes, I surely think that
If you could, that would be good.
there's nothing that I wouldn't suffer to see the world. If I try, I can do it by sheer will.
All you have to do is work to acquire any skill.
These are things a girl must do when she has dreams she
must
must fulfill.
Change how you walk, change how you talk, change how you think, change how you
I'll
walk.
hold my breath and hold my tongue, do what it takes to travel far.
Could you? Could you? Good.
I can't go. Meg, why not? Look at me. Every girl in Concord my age has been to a ball. And this is the very first time I've even worn a dress like this, anything like this. I wore that very same dress to my first ball, and it didn't look half so good on me. Margaret March, you've been dreaming about going to Annie Moffat's St. Valentine's Day ball for months. You can't walk away from it now.
I'm not built for that.
You look very alluring.
I think the word is alarming, Marmee. Besides, Meg's the beauty. Look at her. She'll be the most sought-after girl at the ball.
She doesn't want to go. What will I do when someone asks me to dance? Just smile and say, delighted, delighted, and offer him your hand. Delighted, delighted, take command. Delighted, you're dancing like a candle. No, I can't dance tonight.
I'd be delighted.
Then you go. Music is entrancing.
Exotic!
Hypnotic.
The sound of romancing. Delighted.
And some of them are glancing.
People everywhere.
Elegance to spare. How can I be sure they'll like me when I'm there?
I can see you dancing all night. I'd be delighted,
So glad we were invited.
completely
Delighted.
pay the coachman.
I did.
Delighted, provided
Success has been decided.
want to choose the hot delighted.
Oh, Amy, what are you doing?
I'm going to the ball. You're
Amy,
what?
no.
I found this old dress and it almost fits. It was mine. I know. All it needs is a pretty sash. Besides, why shouldn't I go? Because you weren't invited. I can go in your place. In my place. You don't care about good society and I do. I don't care about snobs. People who think they're better than you just because they have grander houses.
Well, they do have grander houses. That's enough, Amy.
But I want elegance and fine things, Marmee. And I want passion. I want to be noticed because I'm unique, not because of some silly sash. Sashes aren't silly. Aunt Mark says the right accessories could be the key to a girl's success. Besides, I'd never go to a ball with scorch marks on the back of my dress. What? As big as your bum!
Amy, stop it! Beth, get my sewing basket.
Jo hates balls. She should stay in her musty old attic and write her dreadful little stories. Amy. My stories aren't dreadful. Nobody reads them and nobody likes them.
Girls.
Well, I like them. And I'm sending this one off to a very prominent New York publisher. And he'll hate it!
Enough, Amy. There, Joe, it's barely noticeable.
We've got to go. Yes. And I'll tell everyone how sweet you were to give me your beautiful fan. Good night, Marmee. Beth. If anyone calls for us, we're at the ball.
Good night, everyone. Girls, have a wonderful evening. Amy, think about what you said. And when Joe comes home, you can apologize. Come, girls, off to bed.
Amy!
Coming.
It was an accident!
Joe!
I swear, Meg, Mrs. Parrot kept moving in on me like a mountain lion. She had this gigantic ear trumpet and she kept shouting at me. What's that you say, my dear?
She's deaf.
She got so close, I ended up spilling the entire glass of punch on her.
Joe!
And then Addie Moffat said to me, can I be of help, Sally? Sally? Who is Sally?
I think it's her dog.
I had to box her ears.
Joe, don't! We'll take a few minutes, then we'll go back in as if nothing had happened, our heads held high.
Yes, you're right. For a young lady who is soon to go abroad and do amazing things, I shall return poised and elegant, brimming with confidence. Christopher Columbus!
Excuse me, me.
What are you doing here?
I passed out. Too much dancing, I guess.
Too much punch, I'd say.
Laurie! Laurie! Laurie, where have you been? I've been looking everywhere for you.
Mr. Brooke, I want you to...
Your grandfather will be furious. He wants you to meet some important people.
I have. Look, these are the March girls, the ones I've been telling you about, the ones who live across the way. This is Meg, right?
Yes.
And this is Jo. She gets our firewood on occasion. This is Mr. John Brooke. He's a scholar from Boston.
I'm Laurie's tutor. Come, Laurie.
Sir, you've taken my dance card.
Oh, is this yours? Sorry. So, you're Margaret March.
Yes, I am.
It's a splendid party, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Quite lovely. So you're from Boston?
Actually, Maine.
I've never been to Maine.
You should go. It's beautiful country, very primitive.
I like primitive.
Really?
Mr. Brooke is a romantic.
Is that true?
Well, no, I read Sheets and Kelly. I mean, Keats and Shelley.
So do I.
You read Keats and Shelley?
All the time.
Christopher Columbus.
Would you like to dance, Miss March?
Meg, we were about to join the ladies in the salon.
I'd be delighted, Mr. Brooke. Excuse us, Joe.
Did you see that? He just... What is it with you and that smile?
You make me beam.
Well, you look ridiculous.
Well, you look very fetching tonight.
Fetching, really?
So tell me, when you're not attending balls, what do you do?
I write blood and guts stories. I make extraordinary plans. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to meet famous writers and revolutionaries. So what about you? What do you do? Marma said... That's awful for you.
It's not awful. I've got a cranky old grandfather. And I've got a cat. And I've got... Well, I was hoping to say you.
Me? You don't have me.
I know I have no right. But sometimes late at night, I watch you in the attic, pacing back and forth like a maniac. I've never met a girl like you, anyone at all like you. This is very nice, such a lovely party. The music sounds so thrilling. It makes a person feel like dancing. I'm very good. I won a medal for dancing at school.
I don't dance. Besides, I've got a patch on the back of my dress.
Patch? Let me see.
No!
I like it. That patch could start a whole new fashion. Dance with me tonight, and I guarantee by next spring, every girl in Concord will be wearing a patch on her dress. We could do 100 things, do anything you please. We could fly on golden wings across the 7 seas. I'll bet we could get a camel through a needle if you'll take a chance on me.
You are a lunatic.
We could catch 1,000 stars and stand them on a pin. We could lead from here to Mars and make the planet spin. If you want to do all the things you've ever dreamed of, come on, take a chance on me. We could be such friends. Friends are never lonely. All I know is books. Books are solitary, but I see you every day. How you live in your own way, and you make me want to dare to take that chance on you.
All right, we can box if you like.
You box?
You ready?
I should warn you, I won a medal for boxing at school. No.
So that's how you win medals.
You cheated! We could live a million dreams, but only if we did. Okay, you win. We could go to such extremes. There's so much we could share. We'll circle the world doing all we've ever dreamed of. And we'll live in our own way. And I'll see you every day. We'll be the best of friends when you take a chance on me. So what do you say? Try me.
Challenge you to a skating race at the pond tomorrow. Come on.
Marmy, they're home. Off by girls. Tell us about the ball.
I tried to do all ladylike things, Marmy, but that went unnoticed. Except by Mr. Lawrence's grandson. And poor Meg, no one even asked her to dance but that pompous Mr. Brooke.
He danced divinely. I had a wonderful time. Actually, I had the best time of my life. I may have left here a girl, but I came back a woman. A woman? What's she talking about? Meg!
It's just Marmy being silly.
Girls, off to bed now. It's been a long day for all of us.
I just want to put some finishing touches on my story.
Don't be too long. See that the fire's out.
Amy? Amy? Amy, where are you?
Joe, what happened?
Amy?
Joe?
Amy! Amy, what did you do with my story?
Nothing.
What did you do? I was working on that story day and night. I burned it! You what? And I'm glad that I did!
Amy?
I ought to choke you! Go
Joe,
on!
no!
I bare my throat to you!
Girl, stop it! Back to bed now. What has gotten into you both?
She burned my story!
Amy, what did you do?
She deserved it.
Joe. No, Amy, she did not deserve it. You did an intolerable thing.
Marmy!
You destroyed what meant the world to Joe.
Joe has everything. What do I have? I wear dresses with patches. I write a story that my sister burns. You could have given me the invitation. The invitation was meant for me.
Your time will come, Amy.
No, my time will never come. I'm always forgotten. I'm always last. I'm never invited anywhere. I have nothing special.
That's enough, Amy. Both of you look at me.
I hate the way I look. I hate this nightgown. It was mine. I want something that's mine.
I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault, though you did give birth to her.
Can't you see she wants to be like you? She's just a child, Joe.
She's not just a child. She's a demon in a child's body.
Joe, if I could bring your story back, I would.
I'll never forgive her.
You're not wrong, Joe, to feel anger. But if you build a wall between yourself and Amy, the one person you may end up hurting is yourself. Try and get some sleep.
I can't sleep. I won't. Carlotta, the mad woman in the attic, a creature of gall. I like this. A spinster rejected by the world, changed her appearance. Yes, she attached golden braids to her hair. How long has it been snowing?
Joe, come skating with me today. The pond is still frozen and the ice is magnificent today. Joe, come!
Lori, I'm finishing a story.
We'll finish it later. Come race me. I want to win one race before the winter's over.
I'll give you a 2-minute head start.
2 minutes?
And still beat you.
Go with them.
Joe doesn't want me.
Go anyway.
She hasn't talked to me in 3 weeks. I drew a picture of her with her beautiful hair, and she just ignored it. Besides, my ice skates don't fit me anymore.
Oh, take mine.
Can I really? Thank you, Beth. I hope one day I can be sweet like you.
That piano sounds terrible.
Oh, well, it needs tuning, sir.
Where is my grandson, Lori?
I'm sure he'll be home soon.
The boy's missed 6 lessons, fallen behind in all of his work. I have strictly forbidden him to associate with this family.
Why, sir?
Because a man needs an iron will if he's to succeed in this world, and this family is only going to soften him. Which one of the dreadful little Marge girls are you?
Oh, I'm dreadful, Beth.
Oh yes, Lori said you're the one that wants to play my priceless piano. Well, it's out of the question. The piano belonged to Lori's mother, and it's going to stay locked up. Are you afraid of me?
A little.
Why?
It might have something to do with your face, sir. It's very hard.
Well, I cannot help my hard face. Continue what you were playing. Come now, I haven't all day. Are you going to play or not?
You say, come with me off to Massachusetts, then to Massachusetts we will go. We will buy dishes there, maybe even 2 cents, buy the finest china, then we'll dine on cream Suzettes.
Well, go on.
We will build model boats off in Massachusetts, there in Massachusetts, by the bay. Put them together and wait until cuckoo sets.
What's the matter now?
I don't remember the rest, sir.
While we wait, we'll polka for the folk along the parapets.
Off,
To Massachusetts,
yes, we're off.
to where the shops are sweet. We will play minuets off in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, Beacon Street. If you say come with me off to Massachusetts, then to Massachusetts we will go. We will buy dishes there, maybe even 2 sets. Buy the finest china, then we'll dine on wild grape Suzettes. Yes, we're off to Massachusetts.
Yes, we're off.
Yes, we're off to where the shops are sweet. We will have no regrets off in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, we.
Boston, Massachusetts, we.
Boston, Massachusetts, we repeat. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Come visit me tomorrow. I'll find the key to that old piano. We'll see if there's still some music left in it. Will you come?
Yes, absolutely.
And when you see Lori, tell him I wish to see him at once.
Macbeth! Amy? She fell through the ice.
Suddenly the ice gave way. I got to her just in
She's
time.
careless. She's rash.
She just wanted to be with you.
I was skating so beautifully.
You don't think. You know you're not supposed to skate by the bridge. Everyone knows that the ice by the bridge is dangerous.
But you didn't want me skating near you. I love your stories, Joe. And I tried to write one to make up for what I did, but you just ignored it. So I drew that picture of you with your beautiful hair.
And my big mouth.
You ignored that as well.
When the ice broke underneath you, all I could think was I could have lost you.
Then go on, Joe. Forgive her.
See how much she hurt
I
me?
think she deserves
Everybody
it.
stop it! I was devastated when you burned my story. I didn't understand how you could do such a thing. Promise me. Promise you'll never think of me as an enemy, but as a sister who loves you.
I promise, Joe.
The 4 March sisters forever.
Forever! And Lori. Lori, who saved Amy and made this day possible. I want to declare before everyone, before the world, that on this day of forgiveness, that you, Theodore Lawrence III, who has valiantly lost all contest to me, I declare you our brother. Never had. Swear to us your greatest oath of loyalty, an oath as dazzling as your charms.
I swear I'll follow you like royalty.
Come wear our royal coat of arms. From now on we are joined, and we shall not be parted. From this day on it's all for one, and one for all for life.
We'll live like musketeers.
Together we'll prevail. We'll be five for all forever from now on.
Now each of us must swear for all eternity. Our bond shall never be undone.
Nothing shall sever this fraternity. We'll always live and die as one. From now on we are joined, and we shall not be parted. From this day on it's all one. One for all for life. Together we will fight.
Your battles will be mine.
We'll be fine for all forever from now on. Speech, speech.
On this wonderful day,
It's wonderful.
what I'll never forget. I am honored to say I am yours.
From this day on we swear that we shall not be parted. From this day on, no matter what, we're five for all for life. We'll conquer every foe with our brother by our side.
If John Brooke were here, he'd be our brother too.
Meg's in love.
We'll consider any friend.
To be loyal to the end.
We'll be five for all forever.
We'll be five for all forever.
We'll be five for all forever from now on and on and on. From now on.
Miss March, we must be getting to the station.
Amy, darling, are you ready? Amy, on March, we'll be here soon.
You don't want to miss your train.
I'll need a few more minutes. I'm waiting for Joe. Tell me I'm doing the right thing.
You're doing the right thing.
I've never left my girls before.
Your husband has pneumonia and needs you with him in Washington.
I feel like I'm being torn in two. One part of me here, the other part...
I would look in on the girls every day.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence.
Marmy, I'm sorry I'm so late. I did get the money, though.
Thank you, Joe. I know how difficult it is for you to ask Aunt March for things.
Didn't ask her. I couldn't. So I walked to the town common and stood there all morning trying to sell my stories, and when that failed, I sold my hair.
Oh
Joe.
my, you're bald.
I'm not bald, but your hair was your best feature.
I think she looks beautiful.
Now Marmy will have enough money to get to Washington and stay with Father for as long as he needs her. Here, $27.25. I threw in a few coins I had stashed away.
You shouldn't have done this, Joe. I'm so
Disappointed?
proud. It was a very courageous thing to do. Thank you, Joe.
The carriage is waiting, Miss March. Joe, you look different.
Miss March, we must hurry if we want to make it to the train.
By next spring, I guarantee that every girl in Concord will be...
Come, let me hold my girls.
We've never been parted before. I feel awful.
Amy.
Don't worry, I'll look after everything, Marmy.
My dear Margaret, make certain your husband recovers.
Yes, Aunt March. Thank you for taking Amy. Amy, tell Aunt March how excited you are.
I'm so excited about living with you while Marmy's in Washington.
Naturally.
No glum faces and no tears. I'll be back as soon as possible. How did you all grow up so fast?
Josephine, what have you done?
I sold my hair so that Margaret could have a safe journey to Washington.
You did what? I've told you, if you need money, come to me.
I was hoping to earn my own money.
Cutting one's hair and selling it like a beggar is not an option for a lady. You look like a shorn sheep. Have you forgotten our contract?
I never forget. Traveling, seeing Europe, Paris, London.
You don't live up to your part of the bargain. Why should I live up to mine?
I've tried to live up to my part of the bargain. I went to a ball, improved manners, I read books on etiquette, I practiced dancing with Meg, I held my tongue in several situations when I wanted to scream out. I've got a fire in me, Aunt March.
Well, just see how far this fire takes you in life. See what doors this fire will open. See what society thinks of your fire.
To hell with society!
Josephine!
We don't live for society. We live for what we have inside of us. We live to expand our minds, fulfill our dreams, engage in passionate exchanges.
That's enough! You think you know everything, and you know nothing. As for Europe, you can forget it. Europe is meant for someone with a little more understanding of its rewards.
Aunt March, please.
The subject is closed.
The subject is not closed. I open it up again. I'll go to Europe. I will. I'll go to Europe even if I have to swim there. Hello, John.
I like your haircut, Joe.
And my hair will grow back.
And who is this man?
He's Laurie's tutor and a friend.
Well, tell your friend his visit should be brief. Amy, collect your things. I have plans for you.
Yes, ma'am. John, what have you done?
I've enlisted. I couldn't stand by any longer. Your own father is in the Army Hospital in Washington. I have never returned.
When do you leave?
Tonight. Meg. Margaret. I'm not a rich man, and I am not particularly handsome.
You're very handsome, John.
Really? You think so? I'm not the wisest man in the world.
You're very wise.
Thank you. Meg. Margaret. If you could find it in your heart, if you could love me as I love you, if only you'd care while we are apart, then I would be rich, I would be wise, I would be more than I am.
Wait for your return. Wait till you're at
If
war.
you will wait while I am gone, it will imagine me here with you. If only you'd care if I carried on, then I could be strong.
Why must you go?
I could be brave.
Don't be too brave.
I could be more
Only come home.
more than I am. If you will say you love me enough to marry me, I will come home and love you for all of my life. I will be more than I am. Say yes, make me more than I am.
I'll marry you tomorrow. I'll marry you today. Come home and I will love you for all of my life. I swear to you now with all my heart. I swear I will love you as you love me.
From this moment on,
I will be more,
I will be more
than I am.
with you. I am more I will write you every day, twice a day, 5 times a day.
I've worked out our itinerary. Visit the Vatican, have an audience with the Pope. It's a wonderful idea, isn't it? Joe, I'm engaged. John proposed and I accepted. Oh, Meg, that's so romantic. Meg's engaged. Have a big wedding. Aunt March said they're very happy.
Aunt March is waiting for you. I'll go visit you later.
Bye, everyone. What about our promise to remain together?
We made that a long time ago. I've changed, Joe. You've changed.
I haven't changed. I'd never make a promise one day, then break it another. Our word is everything, Meg.
I love him.
So you love him. I'm talking about us, Meg. We're alone now. We only have each other. Our future as a family is at stake.
No.
You can't turn your back on us.
I'm not turning my back on
I
you.
told you I'm going to become a famous writer.
I know.
I'm going to give you everything you've ever dreamed of.
But if she loves him, Joe.
I do. With all my heart and soul. I've lost Meg.
You haven't lost Meg.
I've lost my trip to Europe.
You'll find your way there someday. I know you will. You can do anything. You can make the clouds disappear.
Joe! Joe March! Joe, it's your best friend, Theodore Lawrence III! Joe!
Lori! Christopher Columbus, it's so good to see you. You've not been here in weeks.
I was in Boston. I have dreadful news.
What news?
With the war ended, grandfather's insisted I get on with my life. He's enrolled me in school.
What?
I'm going off to college in time for the summer session.
That's wonderful news.
What's wonderful about it? Leaving the only friend I've ever had?
I can't imagine life in Concord without you. Not seeing your silly grin every day.
I don't want to go.
But you've got to go. This is an incredible opportunity. College! I'd go in a minute. I could study everything.
What do you need of schools? You're going to be a famous writer.
Famous.
I need to tell you something.
Tell me something.
Ever since the first day I saw you. Do you remember that day?
Of course.
The day you chopped down grandfather's cherished tree. I knew then that you and I would be magnificent together.
We are magnificent together.
My sweet Joe. For weeks now, months even, this whole year in fact, I've wanted to tell you I love you.
What?
I love you, Joe.
What's gotten into you?
Look, I took a part of my inheritance and I bought you a ring.
A ring? What are you talking about?
I want to marry you.
Marry me! Stop this, Lori. It's not funny.
I practice saying the words over and over again. Marry me, marry me.
Have you gone mad?
I love you, Joe, and I want you to be my wife.
No. Find someone else. Find some accomplished girl.
I don't want an accomplished girl. I want you.
But you can't have me.
At least say you'll think about it.
There's nothing to think about. I'll never marry.
You don't mean that. You will.
I won't.
You'll marry. Just not me. That's what you're really saying. You'll find someone.
Go away. I thought you understood me.
You knew all along how I felt. Everybody knew.
You knew all along who I am, what I want. I bared my soul to you, Lori. Go away.
Joe.
Please, just go. Who's he? Who's he does marry me? With his ring and his marry me. The nerve, the gall. This is not what it was meant to be. How could he ruin it all with those 2 words? I thought I knew him, thought that he knew me. When did it change? What did I miss? The kiss, when I thought all along that we were meant to forge frontiers. How could I be so wrong? And I need my sisters here. If I can't share my dreams, what were they for? I thought our promise never change and never part. I thought together we'd amaze the world. How could I live my dreams or even start when everything has come apart? I thought home was all I'd ever want. My attic, all I'd ever need. Now nothing's the way it was before, and I don't know how to proceed. I only know I'm meant for something more. I've got to know if I can be astonishing. There's a light that I am meant to lead, a life like nothing I have known. I can feel it, and it's far from here. I've got to find it on my own. Even now I feel its heat upon my skin, a life of passion that pulls me from within, a life that I am making to begin. There must be somewhere I can be astonishing, astonishing. I'll find my way. I'll find it far away. I'll find it in the unexpected and unknown. I'll find my life in my own way today. Here I go, and there's no turning back. My great adventure has begun. I may be small, but I've got giant plans to shine as brightly as the sun. I will blaze until I find my tiny place. I will be fearless, surrendering modesty and grace. I will not disappear without a trace. I'll shout and start a riot, be anything but quiet. Christopher Columbus, I'll be astonishing, astonishing, astonishing at last. Christopher Columbus, have you seen the professor?
Behind you, darling.
Ah, guten Tag.
Guten Tag, Miss March. The word is Tag. Guten Tag means good day.
I know what it means, but when you taught it to me, you said guten Tag.
I would never say Tag.
Well, I'm sure you did.
Well, I'm sure I didn't.
All right, then. Guten Tag. And it is a very guten Tag. A wonderful guten Tag, Professor. And I have some amazing news. I came to New York on a dream. I knew it might take me a while, but all I've been hearing since I've arrived is leakage right there on the pile. So today I woke up and decided it's time. Time to achieve, time to thrive, time to climb.
Miss March, tell us what happened.
Sometimes when you dream, your dream is just a guess. Sometimes when you work really hard, you don't know if you'll ever find success. So I grabbed a story to sell and got ready to raise hell. Then I marched out the door and headed right for the Weekly Volcano Press.
Henry Dashwood, now he is a man of taste.
Dashwood was a fiend. He sneered at my distress, tossed my story high on a stack, but I was determined I would progress. I said, sir, I'll wait while you read, but alas, he disagreed. So I jumped on a chair and read it there at the Weekly Volcano Press. Oh my!
You did what?
Keep away from me, you wretch! I cannot keep away. Your beauty draws me, your passion ignites me.
Oh, it's the one with all the horror in it, the bloodbath.
That's the one. I took to heart what you said. I embellished. I made it better. Lightning strikes, thunder claps. Dashwood was aghast. I spoke ignited the air. I felt like a publishing lioness. That's when Dashwood started to shout, and I thought he'd throw me out. But then I persevered, and a forest appeared at the Weekly Volcano Press. And then Dashwood got on his knees, crying, "Sell this to me, please." Then he ordered 4 more. Now I'm writing for the Weekly Volcano Press.
Congratulations, Miss March. What's the word?
Amazed.
Flabbergasted and delighted.
Christopher Columbus, today I feel anything is possible. You were right, Professor.
About what?
Everything. I'm going to be a published writer. I can't believe it. $15 and $25 more for my commission. You're rich. I feel rich. Do you dance, Professor?
No.
Neither do I, but today I could.
We should celebrate your success, Miss March. Have you ever been to the Broadway Gardens?
Are you asking me to dinner, Professor?
No. Yes.
I should like that.
Miss March, I almost forgotten all the excitement. This telegram came for you? More good news, I suspect.
Open it, Miss March.
I will. Today I could start a revolution. I could...
What is it, Miss March?
Is it not good news?
Dear God, no. My sister Beth has contracted scarlet fever. She is gravely ill. I must go to her immediately.
I'm sorry, dear. Sorry for you and your family.
Is there anything we can do?
No. Thank you both for everything. Dear Professor Bear, I've been wanting to write to you. So much is happening here. My sister Meg is having a baby. My sister Beth is very frail, but I know I have it in me to make her better. I've decided to take her and my mother to Cape Cod to Falmouth for a few days. Given all that is happening here, I don't know when I can return to New York. I miss it. I miss those volatile exchanges we had. I miss our walks in the park to hear the speakers shout about how they would change the world. I too would like to change the world.
And how are you, sir?
She asks how I am. So how am I? My days are the usual days. I wake up, I go out. Time goes by. My days are exactly the days I've lived since arriving here. In fact, how I am is amazed how this comforts me year by year. I work and I eat. Life is muffins and jam. The house is nice and quiet now. That is how I am. 5 years in these rooms, reading Hegel and Kant. My mind is devoted to thoughts on the meaning of life. What more could I want? So why is it lately I find I'm uneasy all through the night? And why, even now, does my skin feel explosive as dynamite? Why does my heart pound like a battering ram? How can she ask me how I am? How I am is fine. Dear Miss March, there is nothing dramatic or new to report. This will be short. Morning and evening I live in my usual way. On the day you return, you will see for yourself. Tell me, Miss March, are you happy so far from the clang and the beat of our turbulent street? Quite often I think of our days in New York. Though of course since you went I have been quite content. I wake in the morning and all that I hear is the absence of sound. Yes, my peace is disturbed and the ruckus is me as my thoughts run aground. I wanted a life by myself in these rooms, but now all around me another life looms. Who asked her to come and to go and to leave me like that? And now she expects me to send her a note with words if I spoke that would stick in my throat. Who asked her to change how I live, how I think, how I am? She asks how I am. How can I reply? I go through my daily routine. I give lessons, I wait. Time goes by. Yet lately I find there is pleasure in humming a silly tune. And some days I go to the park and I sit there all afternoon. Some evenings I swear I can hear a door slam. The house is far too quiet now. That is how I am.
Marmee, it's so beautiful. All the waves and all the shells. Oh, I believe this one's 1,000 years old. Listen, Beth. Remember how we always talked about coming to Cape Cod?
And now Jo, with her wee literary earnings, has brought us.
I'm so happy to be here with you. Promise me, whatever's got hold of you, you'll continue to fight it.
Look what I bought. A kite for my Beth. Look at the tail. I told the man I wanted all the colors of the rainbow for my sister.
That is the most beautiful kite I've ever seen. I shall leave you too.
No, Marmee.
Stay. I'll go write a letter to Father and tell him how beautiful the Cape is this time of year. I love you.
Oh, Beth, this is a dream come true. Come, help me put this kite together.
Tell me again about New York.
It's a circus.
A circus?
Clowns, waltzing camels, dancing horses. Sometimes you see them right out on the street. And museums and theaters, Beth, everywhere.
And the women, are they shameless?
Some of them, anyway. It's an amazing place, Beth. I'm going to take you there.
To New York.
And we'll dine in the best restaurants and see Shakespeare and ride the omnibus and mingle with unsavory characters.
I have something for you. Marmee says that this shell is over 1,000 years old. And I believe that once upon a time, it had an amazing life. If you put it to your ear, it talks to you.
What does it say?
It says, we grow up too fast. You're a woman of the world now. And I'm so proud of you, Jo.
When you were first born, not an hour old, I told Marmee,
Beth is mine!
everyone has someone special in the world, and I have you. My sweet Beth, give me a task to do.
Let's pretend we're riding on a kite. Let's imagine we're flying through the air.
We'll ascend until we're out of sight. Light as paper, we'll soar.
Let's be wild, up high above the sun. Feel the wind, the wind at our command. Let's enjoy the view. Neverland,
Floating far from the shore.
some things are meant to be. Tides moving fast and free.
The sun on a silver sea. A sky that's bright and blue.
Some things will never end.
The thrill of our magic ride.
Love that I feel inside for you.
We'll climb high beyond the break of day.
Sleep on stardust and dine on bits of moon.
You and I will find the Milky Way. We'll be mad and explore.
We'll recline,
We'll recline
aft upon the breeze.
dart about, sail on with windy ease.
Pass the days,
Doing only as we please.
that's what living is for.
Can I tell you a secret? anything. I never made plans about what I would do when I grew up, and I'm not afraid to die. The hardest part, Joe, is leaving you.
I won't let it happen. You'll get better. You will.
Some things are meant to be. The tide's turning endlessly. The way it takes hold of me. No matter what I do, and some things will never die. Promise of who you are. Memories when I'm far from you. All my life I've lived for loving you. Let me go now.
Everybody, I'm home.
Look at this house.
Marmy, Joe,
We left it in shambles, and it's still in shambles.
Meg. Did you see the look I gave the coachman on March? His impertinence. He caught every bump in the road.
One should always be civil to a coachman. You must respect those who have the reins until you wrench the reins from them.
Yes, Aunt March. Joe, Marmy.
And remember, Amy, you are a lady now.
Yes, I'm a lady. Meg! When did this house get so small?
As we grow grand, Amy, the world around us often diminishes in size. I've known people who have almost disappeared before my very eyes.
You're such a dear, Aunt March. Thank you for everything.
I'll go see to that wretched coachman.
Ah! Remember, Aunt March, respect those who have the reins.
Very good.
Amy? Meg, is it really you? Let me look at you. You're
Let me
so
look at
beautiful.
you.
You're a mother now. Twins, I can't believe it.
Neither can I.
Marmy.
Hey, my baby
Look
is
at her,
home.
Marmy.
You're all grown up.
I am, Marmy. I really am. I feel older. I'm sophisticated. You can't imagine all the experiences I had. And wherever I was, I think if only Meg were here, if only Joe, if only Beth.
Amy.
I'm so sorry I wasn't here to say goodbye to her. I cried for weeks. I couldn't stop. Marge said I was being unreasonable, but my heart was breaking not to be there with her.
Beth understood.
Joe!
She said, tell Amy not to fret.
Did she really say that?
She was so brave. To the very end. You'd have been proud of her. Come, Amy. Show us what you brought back.
It's a king's ransom. I have so many things to tell you all. I ate frogs, actual frogs. And how is John? Is he still romantic?
More so.
I knew it! Men are so amazing.
That's almost everything.
Lori! I hadn't realized you were coming back too.
Yes, we all sailed on the same ship.
You look different.
Do I? I'm taller an inch or so.
So good of you to comfort Amy and Aunt March after our loss of Beth.
When I heard the news, I was devastated. I didn't come see you in New York. I thought about it. I wanted to.
I don't blame you. Horrible. So unfeeling.
You said what you said.
But my soul's a story.
I knew you would. I always had that sort of faith in you, Joe.
I know you did.
You look different too, you know. Very distinguished.
Really.
I missed you too.
Lori, there you are.
Amy? Did you tell Joe?
Tell me what?
The most amazing thing.
Really quite a thing.
You tell her.
No, you tell her.
All right, I'll tell her. We were under the bridge of sighs,
In a gondola.
under Italian skies.
She was singing a lullaby.
He said he likes the way I sing.
The day was
We
ours.
talked for hours.
It was amazing.
I said
said I love fireflies.
I said so do
I told him
I.
I'd leave goodbyes.
There was something in her eyes.
I swear the bells began to ring.
We found that we
We're so alike.
It was amazing.
So tell me, who proposed to who?
You know, we were trying to be so discreet about it.
Amazing, there we were in Venice.
In a gondola.
In Venice.
When he suddenly stood up
And shouted, will you marry me?
It was so romantic.
Then I fell into the water.
And before we even knew it,
She dove in and rescued me.
it happened before we knew.
How could we have known?
Amazing what time can do.
From that moment my heart flew.
We'll be married in the spring.
Whoever thought in all the world we'd fall in love, and yet we did.
It was amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. The most amazing thing.
Come, Lori, help me with the rest of my things.
She bought half of Europe.
And I'll get the other half on our next trip. And later, remember, Aunt March wants to talk to us about proper wedding etiquette.
Lori, welcome to the family.
Thank you, Joe.
I never meant for it to happen like this. I had always thought of Lori as yours.
He's never been mine. He's always been one of us.
Joe, I brought that for you. It's a book of my drawings. I drew everything you should have seen in Europe, all the churches and palaces and mountains. I want you to have them.
Amy, I can't.
We'll be close, Joe. That will never change.
Never. Amy, thank you. Your drawings are beautiful.
It's been a while since you've been up here.
I know.
This room needs an airing and a dusting.
I'll get to it.
The attic used to be such a sanctuary for you. Whenever you were sad or disappointed, you'd run up here, bolt the door, and come back hours later, so full of life. I haven't seen that Joe in a long time.
I can't write. I can't do anything, really. You were right. In the past, I could always come up with something. I was always so good at that. Beth would say, Joe can make the clouds disappear. I want Beth back. I never should have broken the promise. I never should have gone to New York if I'd stayed here.
Joe.
If I'd stayed here, everything would have been different.
Joe, stop it. No one could have done more for Beth than what you did. You could not have changed what happened.
How do you manage? How do you go on day in and day out as if nothing has happened?
You think that's how I go on?
You're strong and wise. How can I be like you? How can I find your strength?
Don't make so much of me, Joe. I never dreamed of this sorrow. I never thought I'd have reason to lament. I hoped I'd never know heartbreak. How I wish I could change the way things went. I wanted nothing but goodness. I wanted reason to prevail, not this bitter emptiness. I want days of plenty, but I refuse to feel tragic. I am aching for more than pain and grief. There has got to be meaning. Most of all, when a life has been so brief, I have got to learn something. How can I give her any less? I want life to go on. I want days of plenty. You have to believe there is reason for hope. You have to believe that the answers will come. You can't let this defeat you. I won't let this defeat you. You must fight to keep her there within you. Don't believe that she mattered, and believe that she always will. She will always be with you. She'll be part of the days you've yet to fill. She will live in your bounty. She will live as you carry on your life. So carry on. Hope she'll be there. Oh, your days of plenty.
It was several days before Christmas. It was several days before Christmas. The sisters sat about the parlor and grumbled about their fate. Meg, the oldest and most romantic, said, "It's not fair some girls have pretty things while we have nothing." "It won't be Christmas without presents," said Amy, with her usual pout. "And we haven't got Father to read to us," said Joe, who yearned to travel and to write great books. Only Beth, sitting contented, said in a tone so sweet even angels would have listened, "But we've got each other. Everything I promised them is here. All of us the way we used to be. We will always have each other. They will always be the fire in my heart. Here I go, and there's no turning back. My great adventure has begun. I may be small, but I've got giant plans to shine as brightly as the sun. Here in all the smallest details of the past, here in this attic, suddenly life is something vast. The four of us forever here at last. As unexpected as can be. Astonishing.
Will we ever get through this day?
This day will be magnificent. Soon, Amy and Laurie will be in wedded bliss.
Meg, look at me. I can't get married looking like this. The dress is not très beau.
The dress is very très beau.
Why did I choose white for the flowers?
Amy, come let me finish your hair.
I've made all the wrong choices for the wedding, Marmee. The flowers, this dress.
You look like a Madonna.
Merci, Jean. It was all Laurie's idea to get married at our very petite maison, and I can deny him one more nothing.
Why is she speaking French? Why that silly at our wedding?
Worse.
Where is Josephine?
I'll go find her.
And tell Amy I wish to talk to her about receiving line etiquette. We have the cream of Concord society arriving at any moment.
I understand you want to talk to me.
I suppose you realize this could have been your day.
You think I made a ghastly mistake.
I do not. Amy and Laurie are ideally suited to one another. I've gone over my will. Meg will inherit most of my money. Amy is making her way into society and won't need any of it. And as for you,
I don't want anything.
I know you don't want anything. And yet, you want everything. Josephine, every girl, every woman needs something to fall back on when times are bleak. I'm giving you my house.
Your house?
Do something worthwhile with it. Make a library of it. Or a school.
That's very generous of you. Thank you, Aunt March.
I don't like that dress.
It's one of your old ones.
Well, it looked better on me.
Joe, there's a strange man at the front gate asking for you.
Professor Bear.
Hello.
Hello. This is a surprise.
I know. You wrote if I should ever come north, I should come visit you.
Yes, but...
Well, you never thought I would do it, huh? Well, I did it! I'm here! Should I go?
No.
Am I not intruding?
You're not intruding. Come inside. I'll introduce you to...
No, not yet.
So, how is Mrs. Kirk?
As impossible as ever.
And the boarders?
As strange as ever.
And you?
Me? The same. Oh, I brought back your manuscript. It was so good of you to send the book to me. A novel.
There's no one whose opinion I respect more than yours. Forgive me for presuming.
It touched me deeply, Miss March. I saw you on every page. I heard your voice. I felt your spirit. It was magnificent.
Joe, Amy is driving me insane. Now she's talking about changing her veil.
Oh,
excuse me.
This is my sister Meg. This is Professor Bear.
Ah, yes. I recognize you now from your sister's book.
So you're the one she's let read it.
I'll be right there.
I've come at a bad time.
No, it's just a wedding.
A wedding?
I often think about you, Professor. I wonder how you were doing.
Ever since we met, everything is different. Everybody noticed, my students even. They say, Professor Bear, you're smiling today. They don't actually sound like that. Miss March.
Joe.
Joe. We are not at all alike. We have our differences. May I be blunt?
Be blunt, by all means.
Josephine!
Oh, Christopher Columbus.
The guests will be arriving soon. I want the family gathered in the parlor. And just who are you?
This is my Aunt March. This is Professor Bear.
Please, call me Fritz.
Fritz. Is that your name, Fritz?
Did I not tell you?
No.
Well, bring in Fritz.
You were saying, Fritz.
When people discover passion, they've come upon something rare. This fervor they have in common will shelter them anywhere. Though the rest may be rough, with such passion to share, I think they have more than enough to make a marriage if we dare.
You are proposing.
No. Yes. I don't mean today or tomorrow or next month. In a year, maybe 2 years even. I'm a patient man.
I won't be sweet, won't be demure.
This I prefer, this I adore.
I'll speak my mind, you can be sure.
I'll be enchanted to the core.
If I say, let me share your small umbrella,
I'll say, who cares if we get wet?
We'll be as different as a husband and a wife.
No, we'll be as different as a woman and a man.
We'll fight our way through life.
We'll disagree the best we can.
And yet,
you'll make me smile, you'll make me laugh, you'll make me care. How can I explain inside my heart I feel a pain when you're not there? Though we are not at all alike, you make me feel alive. that one small thing in common. Our love is like a small umbrella in the rain.
Oh, I have news for you. I showed your novel to Henry Dashwood.
You did what?
It was wrong of me, I know, but I could not resist. Horrid man, Dashwood, stubborn, blunt to a fault.
What did he say?
He said, it's a bit long, he missed the blood and guts. He likes the four sisters, particularly the outspoken one. And he wants to publish.
He said that?
If it's all right with you.
Joe, we need you inside.
Marmee, I want you to meet a good friend of mine. Professor to stay with us. We're thinking of starting a school together.
A school?
Not today, or next week, but someday.
Welcome, Professor. Come and meet our family.
Sometimes when you dream, your dreams come true. In extraordinary ways, suddenly a day can be so amazing. And sometimes when you yearn, you burn the air, and men are not the same. And the world is...
Joe, we're all waiting for you.
Now each of us must swear for all eternity, our bond shall never be undone. Nothing shall sever this fraternity. We'll always live and die as one. From now on we are joined, and we shall not be parted. From this day on it's all for one and one for all for life. Together we will fight.
Your battles will be mine.